On June 25, 2025, Ferrari quietly unveiled a flying boat with no engine, the most unexpected project in its 77-year history, not a car, but a yacht. It's a 100-foot flying yacht with no engine, no fuel, no propeller, just solar, wind, and speed. Ferrari calls it the Hypersail, a fully foiling, energy self-sufficient race machine designed by the same team that conquered Le Mans. And once you see what it can do, you'll never look at sailing or Ferrari the same way again. Now, here's where it gets wild. Ferrari says this thing will fly above the waves using nothing but wind, solar, and its own motion. No gas, no diesel, not even an electric motor. Just wings in the water, a massive sail, and one of the most advanced energy systems ever put on a boat. The goal? To dominate open ocean racing, set world records, and change how people think about sailing. But to really understand how we got here, let's rewind. This all started with Giovanni Soldini, one of Italy's most famous sailors. He's a guy who's been around the world, set records, and pushed boats faster than they were ever supposed to go. Soldini had a crazy idea. What if you could build a yacht that could fly above the ocean, like an America's Cup boat, but go further, longer, and cleaner than anything before it? And what if Ferrari, yes, the same company that builds some of the fastest cars on Earth, helped make it real?
That idea became the Hypersail, a 100-foot carbon fiber monohull with 3 hydrofoils, a giant 130-foot mast, and 0 engines. It's designed to lift completely out of the water and glide above the waves on 3 points: a foil on the rudder, a foil on a canting keel, and a third foil that swings out from the side. Once it gets going, the whole boat literally flies. No drag, no pounding through waves, just smooth, fast sailing at speeds over 50 knots, which is almost as fast as some of you can hit the subscribe button. That's almost 60 miles an hour. For comparison, most cruising sailboats average just 6 to 8 knots, roughly 7 to 9 miles per hour. Even top-tier racing yachts rarely break 15. Hypersail is aiming for more than triple that. It's like jumping from a bicycle to a fighter jet. But wait, it gets even crazier. There's no backup engine. Everything on board, steering, computers, foil controls, navigation, runs on power the boat creates itself. Solar panels, wind turbines, and even underwater generators that spin as the boat moves. That power gets stored in high-tech batteries and managed by software based on Ferrari's hybrid systems. It's like putting Formula One brains into a spaceship that sails. Now let's look at who's actually building this thing. This isn't just Soldini and a couple boat nerds in a shed. This is a full-on Ferrari operation. The lead engineer is Marco Ribagini. He helped design Ferrari's hypercars. The design is by Guillaume Verdier, the same naval architect behind America's Cup winners and world record monohulls. And the build? It's happening in a special facility in Italy with over 100 people working on it. Every part is being tested, simulated, and optimized like a race car.
So why is Ferrari doing this in the first place? They don't sell boats, they're not entering the America's Cup, so what's the point? Well, part of it is research. Ferrari wants to see how far they can push performance without engines, how to manage energy, control speed, and build something insanely efficient. But part of it is also about image. Ferrari doesn't want to just be a car company. They want to be the future of performance, no matter the vehicle. Land, sea, maybe even space. Of course, there are serious challenges. Sailing at 50 knots on foils is no joke. One wrong move and the whole boat can flip. There's also the challenge of power. If there's no wind and no sun, where do you get electricity? The Hypersail will need to balance speed and energy constantly. But that's why they're testing it for months before racing. And that's why Ferrari's engineers are treating it like a moon mission. Looking ahead, here's what we know. The first version of Hypersail hits the water in 2026. After that, the team plans sea trials, stress tests, and maybe, just maybe, a world record attempt. It's not built to follow rules. It's not even built for a specific race. It's built to go fast, far, and clean. It's Ferrari's way of asking, what happens when you take the engine out and still chase speed?
Let's break down how this boat actually flies. Hypersail uses 3 foils, one under the rudder in the back, one on a pivoting keel in the center, and one retractable foil on the side. Each of these foils acts like a wing underwater, lifting the boat out of the water as it speeds up. The side foil only drops on the leeward, downwind side, which gives stability, while the keel swings to help balance the boat. The foil on a keel isn't just new, it's never been done on a 100-foot racing yacht. This setup gives the Hypersail both lift and control while keeping drag to a minimum.
The whole system is monitored by computers that adjust tiny flaps in real time to keep the boat level, even as it slices through 10-foot waves. Now, let's look at what's happening behind the scenes. Ferrari didn't just slap their name on a boat. They built a brand new facility in Italy just to make this yacht. That's how big this project is. It's packed with experts, carbon fiber technicians, structural engineers, and software programmers working side by side. The hull is made entirely from carbon fiber, which keeps it incredibly light but strong enough to handle the brutal forces of foiling. The construction team has pulled in tricks from Formula One, like vacuum molding, stress testing every single component, and even building parts with aerospace-grade titanium. Each piece is being assembled with the precision of a supercar. This isn't boat building, it's aerospace for the ocean. But it doesn't stop there. Hypersail is more than a yacht. It's a test bed. Ferrari wants to learn how to build vehicles that move fast using almost no energy. That's useful whether you're on water or on land. The battery systems on this boat could influence their next electric supercars. The aerodynamic software could lead to smarter, faster suspension systems. This project is all about pushing boundaries. It's Ferrari saying, we're not just car people, we are speed people.
To understand the soul of this project, you've got to meet the man behind the wheel, Giovanni Soldini. He's a world record-holding sailor who's raced around the globe, and he's never been afraid to try something new, always chasing the edge, never stuck in the old ways. Years ago, he started experimenting with foiling on smaller boats. Then he partnered with Ferrari on this moonshot. He convinced one of the world's most iconic brands to back a boat that flies. This isn't just a job for him, it's a legacy. He wants to change ocean racing forever, and he's putting everything he knows into Hypersail. Now, let's be real, this could fail. Boats have flipped and broken trying to do less than this. Foils can snap, batteries can die. In rough ocean weather, one wrong move can cost millions, or worse. The Hypersail has no engine. If the boat runs out of power or hits a calm zone with no wind or waves, they'll be stuck. There's no plan B. That's why Ferrari is spending so much time on simulations and testing. They want to prepare for everything. But even then, sailing at 60 miles per hour over open ocean is one of the riskiest things you can do. If something goes wrong at that speed, the ocean doesn't forgive. So what happens when all that risk pays off? You get something revolutionary. Ferrari just built a boat that flies without fuel. It's 100 feet long, 100% energy self-sufficient, and might just be the future of sailing. If you thought supercars were fast, wait until you see what happens when Ferrari hits the ocean. But to make that happen, the boat has to stay in control, always. Once you're up on foils, it's not just about going fast, it's about staying upright. The Hypersail is controlled by a complex onboard flight control system. Think of it like an airplane's autopilot crossed with Ferrari's Formula One traction control. Every second, sensors on the hull, the foils, and the rudder are collecting data: wave height, wind pressure, boat speed, heel angle, and sending it to a central brain. That computer makes micro adjustments to flaps on the foils. Just like a fighter jet adjusting its wings, it can correct pitch, roll, and yaw faster than any human could. This is what allows a 100-foot boat to ride waves like it's floating on air. So let's talk energy. Where does all the power come from, and how is it used? Hypersail has no motor or fuel tank. Instead, it generates electricity through solar panels, wind turbines, and underwater turbines that spin as the boat moves through water. That energy gets stored in lithium battery packs hidden below deck. But power is precious. Every watt matters. The navigation computers, satellite comms, foil control actuators, radar, weather sensors, lights, internal systems, they all draw from the same battery bank. So Ferrari's engineers had to design one of the most efficient marine energy systems in history. Nothing is wasted, and the boat's entire power system is managed by Ferrari's own software, which makes decisions on what systems to prioritize, when to recharge, and how to stay in the green. Now here's something wild. Hypersail was built virtually before it was ever built physically. Ferrari built a full digital twin of the yacht, every sail angle, every foil force, every wave condition. Using software adapted from their hypercar development, they tested how the boat would behave in thousands of virtual scenarios. Want to know how it handles a rogue wave? They ran it. Want to test a crosswind landing at 50 knots? Done. These simulations helped Ferrari and Soldini refine the shape of the hull, the placement of the foils, even the behavior of the control software. It's like running the Monaco Grand Prix in a simulator before you build a track. This digital-first approach not only saves time, it saves lives. And maybe, this isn't about one boat at all. What Ferrari is doing here could kick off an entirely new kind of racing. Right now, ocean racing is ruled by classes with strict rules, but Hypersail ignores all of that. It's not built to compete in a category. It's built to push boundaries. That opens the door for something new, a race for fully autonomous, fully self-powered ocean flyers.
Imagine a world where multiple teams build high-speed foiling yachts powered only by renewable energy, racing across the Atlantic or around the globe. No fuel, no emissions, just speed and brains. If Ferrari proves it can work, you can bet other brands, maybe McLaren, maybe Red Bull, will follow. This might be the prototype for a whole new sport. Which brings us to the big picture. This isn't just engineering, it's branding. Ferrari is tapping into something deeper here. They've always been about passion, speed, and Italian craftsmanship. Sailing, especially high-stakes ocean sailing, has a long legacy in Italy. By stepping into this space, Ferrari isn't abandoning their roots, they're expanding them. They're saying, we are the future of speed, whether it's on four wheels or a hydrofoil. We lead. And fans are taking notice. The Hypersail isn't just a boat, it's a symbol of innovation, of ambition, of what happens when you refuse to play by the old rules. It's Ferrari on water, but more than that, it's Ferrari in flight. And when this red beast takes flight across the Atlantic, remember where you heard about it first, and subscribe.